Alright, this next performer has a spotty history. By the time he was 6 years old, he had been expelled from school, sent to the ER for a drug overdose, and knew how to play poker. A regular purveyor of nerdcore comedy since 2009, Grant is a self-professed major Star Wars geek with a minor in Star Trek. If he told you how many cats he had or how much he and his nerd bride spent on Phantom Menace merchandise, he'd have to kill you. Grant Schinto, come on down!
All right. Thanks for coming out, folks. I really appreciate that. I'm not going to waste your time. I figured out how to use this mic stand. I'm really privileged. It's an honor to be up here. So I decided to be at my best. I'm going to use a little bit of my competitive edge. That's right. I'm applying my secret weapon by wearing my lucky shirt. It's actually a lucky red t-shirt. It's the lucky red Star Trek the Original Series shirt to ensure that you die up here and waste your time. So, as he mentioned, Garrett mentioned, I am married. I have a nerd bride of 15 years plus. Very grateful. And to give 15 years perspective, we got married, well, the Crypt Keeper was still on the air back then. And I really miss the Crypt Keeper. I think ABC TV blew it. They could have given him a great comeback by just letting him host Monday Night Football. I mean, picture the Crypt Keeper, right? Black turtleneck, cashmere blazer.
Hello, Cops fans. Welcome to Monday Fright Football.
You know, later on, be like,
well, looks like this game's about to go into sudden death.
all right. Thank you. I recently made a mistake of taking a peek at the supermarket tabloids at the checkout, and they're still picking on Kirstie Alley. Yeah, she's 61, okay? Wrath of Khan was 30 years ago. She can't look like Sabbath forever. I'm like, how does this poor woman deal with this? I go to her website. Sure enough, homepage, hyperlink. It says, click here to find out how much those fat jokes hurt. But when I did, all I heard was an MP3 audio of some guy going, no jabba, no bada. I would now like to do an installment from an ongoing series I have called Celebrity Appearances on Sesame Street. Tonight's guest, Adolf Hitler. We'll get there. Hard time for doing that bit, comes up to me after a show, he's like, excuse me, I found your Adolf Hitler material to be in really poor taste. I'm like, I'm sorry, you're not a fan of the Children's Television Workshop? He's like, what? No, Hitler, the Holocaust, that stuff really happened, that's not funny. I'm like, dude, nobody's saying it was funny. So, let me see if I understand you, sir. You're saying you did not see the humor in the Hitler bit, is that right? Right. Okay, I just want to be clear. You did not see anything funny about that stuff. Right! Alright, I'm going to write this down, sir, because I take feedback of my audience very seriously, so let's be sure for future reference. You said you did not see. Did I get that right? Not see. Not... What's the matter with you? I'm silly. Neil Young and General Zod walk into a bar. The bartender looks right past the general. What'll it be, Mr. Young? He's like, hey, I was here first. Sorry, General, you know the rules. Kneel before Zod. I may have to cut some of my material now. I was expecting such a good laugh. Holidays are upon us. No, really? And I always gain weight at the holidays. You know you've given up on trying not to gain weight at the holidays when you find yourself saying the same stuff that Americans say about this time of year. It's like, well, I ate all that candy at Halloween, and, you know, Thanksgiving's right around the corner, and I like Captain Solo where he is. That's two obscure Java references. Many boffins died to bring you that last joke. Thank you for being the only audience I can tell that joke to. So I recently started rediscovering Star Trek The Next Generation. Pilot episode, Commander Will Riker, right, number 1. The first time he does a mission off the Enterprise, and it's time to do his little, you know, Riker to Briggs thing where he hits his lapel, I noticed he's looking up while he's talking to the Enterprise. Looking up. The Enterprise is like, what, 35,000 miles above whatever planet or satellite he's on, and he's acting like he's standing in the lobby, and the bridge of the Enterprise is just up in the foyer. It's like, Riker to Bridge, yeah, throw me down my phaser, my lighter, and my latest copy of Full Frontal Ferengis, will you? Are you there, God? It's me, Riker. Felt something in my jacket. Oh, bloody yeah! You all saw that episode when Ron Weasley was on Sesame Street? Hey, here's my imitation of Skeletor trying stand-up comedy for the first time.
By the power of Grayskull, more like by the power of Numbskull.
There you go. Isn't Skeletor going to be here? I don't know. So, I'm not really technically savvy. I don't like it when my computer malfunctions. Actually, last time it happened, I actually got a human being on the phone. They're like, customer service, can I help you? Can I have your name, sir? I'm like, yeah, I'm still using it. Finally, they put me through to IT, and I'm like, yeah, what seems to be the problem, sir? I'm like, I don't know, the internet's really sluggish. I got that beach ball thing floating around, it's driving me nuts. He said, have you tried force quitting your browser? I'm like, what, quit what? He goes, sir, I'm gonna need you to force quit your browser. I'm like, oh, force quit my browser. Hang on. Yeah, does this force quitting involve a pinching thing or more like an Obi-Wan waving of the hand? Boring conversation anyway. I think there ought to be an erectile dysfunction drug that goes by the name Tridadril. Right? Think about it. At least that sounds like what you buy it for. Because drug names like Plavix, I'm like, Plavix? I don't think of like heart-related issues when I hear Plavix. I hear Plavix and it reminds me of one of those Bugs Bunny body part malapropisms of his. You know, it's like,
Oh, you got me, Doc. Right in the Plavix.
but seriously, the way they name drugs these days, you could rewrite the entire screenplay for Star Wars, replace every single proper noun. Doesn't matter, ships, weapons, planets, creatures. It doesn't really change a thing. It's like, you never heard of the Nexium Falcon. That's the ship that made the Paxil run in less than 12 Zyrtecs. You know, or like, when the Death Star, they're about to blow up balls around, it's like, Governor Zoloft, I should have expected to find you holding Crestor's leash. I recognized your foul stench when I was brought on board. Charming to the last. Since Princess Lunesta, you are reluctant to share the whereabouts of the hidden rebel base, I have decided to test this station's destructive power on your home planet of Cialis. No, Cialis is peaceful. We have no you prefer another target, a military target, to name the system. Dramamine. They're on Dramamine. There's a little impersonation for you. Here's Peter Griffin of Family Guy fame attending a Boy Scout troop meeting as they recite the Scout's oath. Duty. I gotta wrap this up here. Dan Rather was the anchorman of the CBS Evening News for about 25 years. And during his tenure, from time to time, he had a very interesting way of signing off. He'd say, for CBS Evening News, I'm Dan Rather. Courage. I don't know where this courage thing came from. Maybe he was a big fan of the Cowardly Lion from The Wizard of Oz growing up. Nonetheless, it's inspirational to me. So I'm going to start signing off my shows in a similar manner. So, for GMX Comedy Showcase, I'm Grant Schinto. Gremlins.